this video, I want to talk about being a full-time creator. What does that look like? How am I able to keep going on these vacations and not lose any money? We'll talk a little bit about processes, payroll, money, how it basically adds up, so that if any of you are interested in becoming a full-time creator, it'll give you like a better picture. So first of all, I don't have any employees. So everything I do is systems. And some of the things that I dabble in tend to change over time, and some of them stay, and I do them all the time. So as a full-time creator, I just got back from my fourth vacation of the year. It was my second solo cruise. I went by myself. And the beauty of that, Kat, is that I didn't have to tell anybody I was leaving. I didn't have to change appointments. I didn't have to cancel anything. While I was gone, there were no text messages, no phone calls, no emails. Nobody needed me for anything. The only exception is I do run a coaching group. And so I would, put a little bit in the coaching group where somebody had a question, I would answer it, but it doesn't have any urgency attached to it. And I'm able to basically look at it every day. So here's what it looks like as a content creator for me now. And I'll tell you a little bit about where it came from. So I make about $300,000 a year as a content creator with no employees. So there's nobody I'm paying out of that. Listen, you'll hear people talk about, oh, I'm making $700,000. And then you go look at their payroll and they're the smallest one paid out of the payroll. I only know this because I've been in business for a long time, and I had other businesses where sometimes I was the one that didn't get paid and everybody else did get paid. So for me, this is a highly, highly, highly profitable business that doesn't require me to have employees. But the only reason I'm able to do this without employees anymore is automation, systems, AI, software. If you are tech challenged, this is going to be harder for you. I'm not going to lie, because you'll have a learning curve that goes along with it. For me, I've been doing this I've been in the marketing space for my businesses, for decades. And so it's easier for me to pick up a new platform and kind of go, oh, I see how that works, because it's a little bit more intuitive. Where if you're new to it, you're going to go, some of you are like, I don't even know how to use the photo album on my iPhone. So there will be more of that comes along for you. But a day in the life of, I'll talk about that now. For me right now, again, it changes all the time. My passion project is Pinterest. It's not my biggest moneymaker, but it's exciting for me. I love the creative side of Pinterest. I'm one of those people that absolutely adores analytics and finding out what's working and trying something new and how did this work and how did I make an affiliate commission on that? Let me go back and so Pinterest right now is really, really exciting. So how do I make money with it? So I'm a blogger and I blog on websites. Yes, that still is a thing, believe it or not. And then I will make an image for it. The image goes on Pinterest. Somebody clicks the image and goes to my blog, and I make money mostly through ad revenue on the website and affiliate income on the website. So I'll give you a quick example. I have one that's a home and garden blog, and most of the content on that website that does really well is either in crafts or it's fashion. I do some of the fashion and home and garden, like bedroom decor, things like that. Crafts are my number one. So what would that look like? I get up in the morning and I write a blog, and yes, I'm using AI, and I'll create a blog on 10 Dollar Tree wallpaper crafts, something like that. And in the morning with my coffee, I will get that all created. I will make the image. I'll put it on Pinterest. On the little Dollar Tree craft blogs, I have a shopping list. The shopping list has items from Amazon. When they go over and buy those items from Amazon, I earn a commission. So that's one way that I make money. And another really cool thing I've figured out on Pinterest, and this is new, and I'm dabbling, and it's way more money than Amazon is. The commissions are higher. Is, let's just say I do a blog on how to create the best coastal bedroom. I can go over to Wayfair and pull all these gorgeous coastal chandeliers or the bedding or the rugs, and I can use my affiliate link. And if they purchase those, I'll earn more like 10 to 15% commission rather than the 3 to 4% commission that's on Amazon. Lots of ways to do that. You could do Walmart, you could do Target, you could do Pottery Barn, you could do Williams Sonoma. Oh my gosh, it's just an endless opportunity of where you can link people to. So I'm not just going to Pinterest and saying, here's a microphone and clicking through to Amazon. That's spammy, it's low value, Pinterest doesn't like that. But I might create a blog on something that says let's just say, I don't know, I can't think of a title right now, I'm burned out. I just did a coaching session, but something about my YouTube equipment. My $1,000 YouTube studio or something like that. And then I list everything that I use to make my YouTube videos, and I create the blog, and then I create the Pinterest image and I put that over. That would be a link. So that's what I'm spending a lot of time on right now in the morning. The afternoon is YouTube videos. It's turning YouTube long form videos into short form content. It's feeding that short form content off to other platforms like Instagram and TikTok and things like that. But I use automation software. So for example, if I post a video to TikTok, I can have it automatically feed to Instagram. I can have it automatically feed to YouTube. I can have it automatically feed to anywhere that has short form content. And I do a lot of those types of things. Strategically though, going in and attaching affiliate links or my ebooks or my coaching program and things like that, that takes a little bit more effort. Now, how do I make money on YouTube? I make money on YouTube through the ad revenue that comes in off of the YouTube channel. I make money through my digital product sales or my affiliate sales. So I have one channel where I do more product reviews, and I'll post something that, one of my cat toys, the cat's playing with their cat toy, I talk about it, I'll link it. And YouTube actually has its own affiliate program now. So you've got a couple ways to do it. You can just put links in the description, but in short form, those links aren't really appearing. So it's better to get monetized with YouTube and become part of their affiliate program, because now you can actually go in and look up the product. You can link directly and the person can shop right there on the video. So I will make money that way. Those are the primary revenue sources for YouTube, is affiliate, ad revenue, and digital products, depending on what that channel looks like. So on YouTube, I really like what I say and what I do. I really like a cadence of 2 long form videos per week on a YouTube channel. I have coaching clients. This is what I tell everybody. Am I perfect? No. I am one of those people that I tend to follow my joy. Like, what am I excited about right now, rather than what I have to do. It's just kind of a spiritual way I've decided to live my life, and it always pans out for me in the end, because usually whatever I'm called to do, there's money attached to it. There's something coming out of that, even if I can't see it day one. YouTube, the cadence on YouTube most creators use if they're creating long form content is 2 videos per week. Some will only do 1. I will tend to do, sometimes I'm doing 5 in a week, and sometimes I'm pulling back, but a 2-a-week cadence is a really good, healthy cadence on YouTube. But I am one of those people that sometimes I will go on vacation, or I will take a few weeks off because I'm working on another project, and then I always come back to it. And that's just, when you're watching my videos, I'm always going to tell you like it is, because that is the truth of it. If I was talking to a brand new, I just got off my coaching call with my clients. I have 130 coaching clients that I coach on digital marketing, and we were talking about YouTube, and if you're building a brand new channel, you want to get as much content up there as you possibly can, because you're training the algorithm. You're teaching YouTube what you're about. Later on, you can pull back a little bit and still have that categorization. But I will tell you something, YouTube rewards freshness. And when you do take your foot off the pedal, it's not pulling the old content like it used to, that old evergreen content that would kind of last forever, isn't the same as it is when I started in early 2010, 12, 14, whatever it was back then, 2014, I think it was. Evergreen videos would just last so much longer, and now you really need that freshness signal. So I make money doing that. I also make 6 figures in software affiliate promotions. So promoting the tools that I use every day. You know, if I make a video and I teach people how I turn my long form videos into short form videos, and I show them the software, then I will put a link in the description of the video, and sometimes they'll click on that link. Sometimes they'll just go over to Google or chat or AI and they'll just type in the name of the software and I won't get anything for it. I don't stay attached to that. This is just my formula. I teach it, I put it in the description, they do what they want with it. But that is a 6-figure income stream on its own. And I will say the 80-20 rule applies here. I have a couple that are bringing in a lion's share of the software. And that's what typically happens with whether you're working with a brand or whether you're blogging, or you'll tend to find the 80-20 rule applies. You'll have 20% of your blogs are bringing in 80% of your traffic, 20% of your TikTok shop products are bringing in 80% of your income. Just kind of that rule applies all the time. I'm also a TikTok shop affiliate and an Amazon influencer. And I've only been doing the Amazon influencer thing and TikTok for a couple years. And it's not my favorite, to be honest with you, even though I've made so much money on there, like stupid money. I was looking at my memories yesterday that popped up, and last year on this day, I made $1,700 on one eyeshadow palette. And this year, I'm hardly even making videos because, again, I follow my joy, and when whatever it is that I'm working on at the time will get the primary attention, because there's no way you can be in all these places all day long doing all the things and mastering the algorithm and picking products and brands and all that kind of stuff. So TikTok is a dabble project for me. It's just, I pick up an item, it's sold on TikTok, I happen to be using it today, I might go talk about it. That's kind of where I'm at with that. Same with Amazon. I make about $1,000 a month on Amazon as an influencer, but I'm not out there actively promoting on Instagram and trying on clothes and things really that other influencers are doing. Mine is more, I bought it, so I'll make a video on it. Or, you know, I'm wearing something today I haven't worn in a while. Let me go take a snapshot really quick and post it. I'm in the gym today using my vibration plate. Let me make a quick video on the vibration plate. And that's enough to keep a good steady $1,000 a month going, because I have hundreds of videos on there that I've compiled over the last 2 years. First thing I did is I just walked around my house and I took videos of everything in my house and I uploaded them to Amazon. So the Amazon influencer account, you basically have to apply with some sort of a social channel. They are looking for you to have some sort of a following, some sort of engagement. So TikTok's a really good one for that. Instagram's a good one for that. It has to be business pages. If you have a good YouTube channel, you can apply with a YouTube channel. But it's really cool because then you can just review what you already have. That lamp is sold on Amazon. Those pots are sold on Amazon. This microphone sold on Amazon. This top I probably got from Amazon. You can get the earrings on Amazon. You know what I'm saying? If I'm cooking on my stove, whatever, the pans I got are sold on Amazon. So I just constantly am making videos just kind of like as part of the flow of the day. I don't really go get a bunch of free stuff. I did that in the beginning. I don't like it. There are people doing big businesses off of getting free stuff and doing product reviews. I really prefer just to review whatever I'm already using. Now, I'm strategic about when I go to buy an item, looking for the best item because I'm going to promote it later. That I do spend a little bit more time on. But otherwise, so those are just kind of like my little side hustles. I would just part of all of this natural flow. And then I also write and sell ebooks. I do have a digital coaching program. And did I cover all of the main things? So YouTube, blogging, Pinterest, Amazon, TikTok, ebooks, digital products. Those are kind of like the bulk of where my energy's going right now. So what's really cool is when I went on my cruise, the truth of the matter is I didn't work much, but I did work more than probably most people would as part of a flow, and it didn't feel like work. So let me explain that. I decided to make it a week-long retreat. I was going as a travel blogger. I do it for a couple reasons. And I'll pay for it through my business, and I will go to get lifestyle content. That is really what I'm after. Lifestyle content, footage, the ocean, people dancing, the silent disco, the food, the spa, and all those kinds of things. it may spin off into more strategic travel blogging activities over time, but the lifestyle content is really important to me. I want to have that because that is, I can promote those items for affiliate. I can promote those items for my coaching program. I can use that for content on Reels. I can use over the Facebook rewards program. I can use them for Pinterest. There's all kinds of ways I can use those photos and that video footage for my content creation as a whole. So I knew going in, I really had to be strategic about make sure you got that phone out, And that does take a little bit of a switch, because when you go into vacation mode, you're kind of like, all of a sudden your whole nervous system slows down. You're like, ooh, this is cool. I'm going to relax a little bit. And you got to go, oh, I forgot. I got to make videos. So mine's kind of habit now. So one thing I decided to do was I wanted to make this a wellness retreat. I didn't know I was going to do that till I got there. And I got there and I was like, you know what? I want to spend a lot of time in the spa this week. I want to get massages and treatments and all that kind of thing. So let me do a lot of that. So day one, the girl takes me on a spa tour. I just grabbed my phone. I grabbed my phone. I said, do you mind if I record while you're showing me the spa? Nope, no problem. By the time I was done, I had the full spa on this cruise ship ready to create and make reels, and I could drive them to Royal or to cruises.com or something like that and make affiliate commission. That's kind of how that works. Then I'm in the little, I got the thermal suite with the heated chairs. And so I went in there my first morning and nobody was in there. I was like, oh, jackpot, let me grab that phone. So I grabbed the phone, I did one tour of the whole thing. Like, here's the steam room, here's the spa, you can do kind of talking head or whatever. And then another one I did just me sitting there holding a book. And I did not make a lot of short form content while I was on the cruise. This was something that I've learned about myself, is that I typically when you're on vacation, you're kind of going from one place to the next. So to stop and create anything really cool is going to be more challenging. I posted some pics on Facebook that actually did really well with the Facebook rewards program. Those were easy. I can get those out right now. But the Reels, the TikToks and things like that, I wanted them to be a little bit more, use templates and music and text overlays. So I waited till I got home on those. But the key for me is not to wait too long, because I move fast on to the next thing. And I find that it's easier to create content about where I just was if I do it while the iron's still hot. Is that's the phrase I'm looking for? While I'm still feeling the energy of the cruise ship. So I came home and I sat down for the first 3 days after I got home from the cruise, and I pulled up my software that has templates for Reels, short form video. And what I do is I just scroll, I find a good template, and then I press the button and I just upload all the videos that fit that template, and then it'll auto cut everything. It basically turns it into a reel for me. I might have to do some little trimming here or there, but one thing I've learned is if I take a whole bunch of very, very short form content that doesn't require a lot of editing, I can load those in quicker. Example, buffet. I'm walking onto the cruise ship, I see the buffet, and I'm walking around with a phone. This is how I used to do it. And I would get the whole buffet, and it might be 5 minutes, it might be 10 minutes, it might be 15 minutes, whatever it is that I happen to capture. Then I would go home and I would chop that up and I would edit those. Now I've learned start and stop. So I'll do just the pizza side and I'll stop. And then I'll go over and do the salad bar and I'll stop. And I'll go over to this one and I'll stop. Then I don't need any editing. I can throw those all into one of those templates and boom, it's ready to go. And sometimes I'll pull both for different reasons, but the little short form, that has done really, really well for me, is that little start and stop and just having them ready to go and loading them into the templates. Now, how do I make money on that, right? That's what a lot of people say. Well, how do you make money off of the ocean, off of the ship? Well, again, lots of ways. One is, if I wanted to, I could be seeking a partnership with Royal Caribbean. Let's just say I was on the Royal Caribbean ship. I could be tagging Royal Caribbean. I'm trying to get their interest. A lot of times they will reach out to an influencer and say, hey, we'd love to send you on this next cruise, or we have an affiliate program. Now, I do have affiliate programs with most of these that I'll get like 5%. TikTok even has is it TikTok Go, has a new program where like you can stay in any hotel and you can tag the hotel and you get like 5% off of the hotel. So a lot of these platforms actually have built-in monetization links and things like that if you go look for them. Or you could just go over to cruises.com or booking.com or Viator or Travelocity or any of these and go down to the bottom and it's going to say affiliates, or it's going to say ambassador, or you could ask ChatGPT, does Royal Caribbean have an affiliate program or whatever? And then you partner with them, you get links, and you can put those. However, let's just say I make an Instagram reel. There's no way to attach a link, but I could say, book this link in bio. And then in the link in bio, I could have a list of my travel vacation. Here's where I flew from. Here was the hotel. Here was the cruise line. And in my little landing page, and they click through and I would earn a commission. But you also can get paid through the platform content monetization methods. So TikTok has content monetization opportunities. Instagram will pay you for reels and bonuses. Facebook has a content monetization program where you get paid for photos, for text, for reels. YouTube has a built-in ad revenue program where you get a percentage of the shares. Those are not huge generally, but they are money-making opportunities. So I literally can start making money day one on the cruise ship by posting a photo, which I did. And I made money while I was gone immediately just by posting those things. And for me on Facebook, my photos do better than anything else. And on Instagram, this program only pays for reels. So you have to kind of know where you're doing it. Then another way to make money is you come home and do a recap. So on my other channel, I will do several actually recaps of that trip. I will do one where the entire angle is about how I learned to travel solo. I'll do another one that might be what I packed for my Caribbean cruise. I'll do another one that's a review of Royal Caribbean Oasis of the Seas. You see how that turns into multiple videos? And then same with those videos. Now with those long form videos on YouTube, you can put links in there. So I could send a link to the Royal Caribbean cruise that they could book. I could put in Amazon shopping lists to the items that I packed. You could also sell a guide. I know a lot of travel bloggers right now that are selling guides. Their guide to cruising. I could do a guide to traveling solo if I wanted to put a spin on that. Digital products are some of the top ways to make money. Very low barrier to entry, very low barrier of entry, and that doesn't cost much to get started. And you've got something that you can sell, right? So these are all, then you could become a travel consultant. There's so many ways. This is what I always tell everybody. I'll give you this before I close. Let me give you a really good example of why you just create content and you worry about the monetization later. On this cruise I went on, it was a Gen X cruise. Well, the cruise itself wasn't. The cruise was a normal cruise, although you would have thought it was. Everything on the ship was like 80s and the music was 80s and the shows were 80s. But there's four, I think there was four of them, four influencers, primarily on TikTok, although they are on all the channels. It was Slim Sherry, Kelly Manos, Nick the Professor, and John the Dad Bod Veteran. I think I got those all right. And then they have Justin Ruppel, who is a voice actor who is like their millennial MC, token millennial. Anyway, they got big on TikTok and they all got together and met each other and started to sing, and then they started to do these shows, they started to travel, and somebody said, Sherry said, let's do it on a cruise. Anyway, they partnered with cruises.com. So there were 1,200 of us that were in this Gen X group that came and saw this. What was fascinating about it is we went to a Q&A event where you asked the creators anything. And this was I loved being there for this because Sherry explained how the group all came together and how it turned into this business. Now, they were in Cancun right before the cruise. They stayed over after the cruise in Florida and they did a show. They're doing shows traveling all over the place, now worldwide, right? They're got 1,200 people who bought this cruise, which, they either got affiliate commissions in each sign. They had to have gotten a certain percentage of each person that signed up, right? And so all these cool things. And it happened because all four of them were just making content that they already wanted to make. They didn't know each other. They're just spoofing on getting older. They're spoofing on being in Gen X and that age group, 1965 to 1980, latchkey kids and all the things. And they had that in common. None of them knew this would be their future. None of them knew that they were going to turn into these big, viral TikTok stars and be selling shows and selling cruise ships. But they just showed up and made the content that they wanted to make. They did it because they loved it. They did it consistently, and it turned into money. That is how you become a full-time creator. Make the content you love. That's all I do. Make the content you love. If you don't love it anymore, stop making it. Go do something else, which is what I do. There's something else around the corner. There's so many ways to make money online. So many ways to make money online. You might love print on demand. You might love faceless YouTube channels. You might just want to monetize with some sort of art and drawings and never be on a camera. You guys, there's just so many things you can do. I love being a full-time content creator. My life is so free. It's mine. Nobody tells me what to do. I don't have to punch a clock anywhere. All I have to do is be disciplined about the activities that I choose to do. Choose being the keyword, right? Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. Let me know what questions you have, and I will be back for more, and I'll talk to you later.